To start off our lesson, we're going to be using our clocks to help us figure out the time on the clock on the worksheet. First thing we're going to do is we're going to identify the hour hand and we're going to identify the minute hand. Now I have both of them colored in right here. Your job on your worksheet is to color them in yourselves. You need a crayon or a marker, whatever you choose. So first, our hour hand. Can everybody tell me where it's at? And if anybody can they please come up to the board and draw it on for me? So we have our hour hand right here. This is our hour hand. So if this is our hour hand, it points straight to 7. So that means it is 7 o'clock. Now our next part is trying to figure out how many minutes it is. So can anybody tell me where the minutes are, or how we know that the other one is the minutes hand? This one is the minutes hand because it's the shorter one. So we look all the way over here, it says 3. Now we know from our clocks that we made with our numbers next to it, that 3 o'clock means 3 means 15. So come over here, we say our hour hand is 7. Our minute hand, we said, was 3, which equals 15 minutes. So if we put that together, we would have 7 o'clock with 15 minutes added to it. Now, whether it's AM or PM, it could be up to you. You can choose whichever one you like. We go on to question number 2. So this is where we use our clocks. What would the time be if you added 10 minutes? So we know in our previous lessons that in between the numbers is 5 minutes. So if this is minute hand, we have to do 5 minutes, and we're adding. So it means time's going forward. So we are going this way. So this is 5 in between here. This is 5 in between here. We have 5 in between here. We need to figure out what is 10 minutes added. So we have 5, 10 minutes. So we go 1, 2. So where would our clock be pointed then? Does anybody come up and tell me? Our clock will be pointed at 5 then, because we go 5, 10. On our clocks, what does it say then it is then? 5 stands for 25. So we go to our worksheet. Did our hour hand change? No. So we put 7. And our time changed because we went 10 minutes closer. So what would our 5 be then? 25 minutes. So we put it together. We have our 7 in between, and then 25 minutes. And again, you can make it AM or PM, whatever you'd like. Okay, what would the time be if you subtracted 5 minutes? Anybody tell me what we're going to have to do for this one? So we have our 5-minute intervals. So if we're going less, then we're going the other way on the clock. So if we did 2 numbers down to get 10 minutes, how many numbers up would we need to get 5 minutes? Subtract would be the number 2. If you look on your clock, 2 represents 10. So that would be our time. Again, our hour hand did not change, so that remains the same. Our time then goes to 10 minutes, and we have to add them together to make the whole time. 7 hours and 10 minutes. Now I want you to do this on your own. If you need help, you can ask me for help. If you get done early, you can make another problem for me to do. Say you have a time and that I have to add 10 minutes to it, but you have to make sure that you know the answer so I know if I'm correct or not then. If you're struggling, raise your hand, or I have another worksheet you can use to help. Okay, you can begin.